everyone, welcome back to my channel. So guys, today is Saturday, the second day in the month of May. Guys, Nigeria seems to be a crime scene. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise, because today is the fourth day Justice Crack is still being detained by the military. How do we even explain this? That the military, detained Justice Crack because he came out to say that he came out to call out the military, saying please increase the welfare of our soldiers in the camp. Soldiers that are fighting bandits, please increase their welfare. That is his crime. They detained him. This is the fourth day, and guys, it is not the responsibility of the military to detain a civilian. Yes, you can detain him for 1 or 2 days, but 4 days, it's illegal. They were supposed to hand him over to the police. Even if you detained him to ask him questions, 1 to 2 days is enough, and then you hand him over to the police. Guys, this is the fourth day Justice Crack is still being detained by the military. How do we even explain this? Are we even in a country that prioritizes democracy? Seems like a dictatorship. Like, you can't even tell me otherwise. Civilians are really going through a lot in this country. Bandits are fighting civilians. Untrained Nigerian police personnel, also some of them are also fighting civilians. You saw what happened, the shooting of the Delta guy. That one is another story for another day. Let's just keep that one aside, guys. And this one, the military, at least these people should make life better for civilians in this country, Nigeria. So guys, there's this report by the Sahara reporters saying that Justice Crack vehicle is parked at the military facility in Abuja. So guys, at this point, it's as if the military is above the law, because look at what is going on. So Mama P and other activists has called out so many military officers saying please release Justice Crack, because he has not done anything. He only came out to say please Musa Christopher and other military personnel, please increase the welfare of soldiers in the camp. That's all. That is crime. And what he said is not bad. There is nothing bad in what that guy said. There is nothing bad in what he said. Even if they detained him to ask him questions, 4 days has gone. They are supposed to transfer him to the police or hand him over to the police. Yeah, so guys, let's see some reactions coming from Nigerians, because a lot of Nigerians has reacted to this controversy. So this person, normally Nigerian army is a terrorist organization. They strive in terrorizing peaceful civilians than armed bandits and criminals. They kidnapped, torture, and kill innocent civilians, but pamper and forgive fellow terrorists like them. Ooh. This other person said, how best should we describe this government of the druggy, if not dictatorship? Even the military is now taking sides against the people. Failed country. The other one said, Nigerian army, what is it? We are fighting bandits, untrained wild animals called the MPF, that's the Nigerian Police Force. And now this. Can you please make our life a little better for us? Release this guy to his family now. Haba, please don't become like the police. Do the needful. Now this other person said, see country, now military they kidnap civilians, white bandits they warriors, and they no gree tackle them. Chai. The other one said, every single arm of government of this zoo called country is corrupt. And then the other person said, of course we know that the military is holding him hostage. Now this other person said, what a country, every day it keep getting worse. Like you said, now this generation will cure their madness. In Dino's voice, you talk you die, you not talk you die. It's better to talk and die for just a cause than keep mute like a coward. The other one said, I have said this before, this injustice that a Nigerian army mattered on the Igbos in 1966 is not addressed. All this bullshit will keep going on. They are holding him knowing that due process does not apply to his tribe and heaven will not fall. So another person said, why can't Obi, Atiko, Kwankwaso, Amechi, etc. go and make inquiry respectfully from the army or whosoever has him? laugh out loud, this coalition, true, most of them are for their selfish interest. If they put him out now, something will happen. Tomorrow, people no go like Showeri. Now, this other person said, the army is a lion at home, but chicken in the forest. When we will stop burning energy on innocent citizens, while bandits is currently holding 404 citizens in captivity. So guys, you can see what is going on. Instead of the military to focus on these bandits, they are putting all the energy on civilians. So guys, let me just allow you guys to watch this video, see for yourself and listen to what Mama P said concerning the detention of Justice Crack. Guys, they said a lot of things. Now let me know what you think about this. Drop a comment below and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. Guys, take a look.
This matter of Justice Crack, I mean, he's not the first. He's not the first to suddenly just. But what he was saying was something worthwhile, something to pay attention to. I mean, if we go by that video, that the military are not being fed well, the soldiers are not being fed well, and their welfare is not being taken. Is there any reason why he should just be arrested? If we go by what was discovered from tracking his phone, should there be any reason why he's picked up?
No. Oh, he wasn't arrested.
Okay.
He was abducted by the Nigerian military.
How are we sure it's the Nigerian military that?
Because he was making videos about the Nigerian military, and he had confided in some of us that he's been getting threats upon threats. They don't like this government, this Nigerian military. They don't like when they are criticized. They forget that these criticisms are people's everyday life. It is their fellow soldiers that are sending pictures and videos to show that they are hungry. Sometimes they are so hungry that they can't lift their gun. Is that not something that should be said or heard? Or if at all corrected? Do you understand? So we already knew that they were threats, but we didn't know that if you feel like this person is criticizing you wrongly, the only right thing to do is to approach the person, invite the person. Even if you want to arrest, do it in a legal way. Justice Crack was abducted. See, this very moment, the family, none of us know where he is. No, we know where he is. None of us have been able to establish contact with him. So I just want to correct that line. Justice Crack was not arrested. He was abducted by the Nigerian military, who probably have forgotten their function in the society. And there was no need for it.
Peter, you side there, and I'm wondering why the side. Because you said something about his phone being tracked, and the last place was the Nigerian Army officers' shopping complex, Asoko. I mean, Precious has talked about, she said we know where he is.
Yes.
Where is he?
Justice Crack, from every indication and from all facts that are available to us, is held at the counterintelligence command of the Nigerian military. The command right now knows that even his vehicle, because he drove out of the house that day, is currently parked in their vicinity. It is unfortunate that we live in a country where speaking the truth and calling for the betterment of fellow citizens, including the persons who defend our national interest and territorial integrity, can end you an abduction or spend some part of your life in an underground cell, or maybe even disappearance if nothing is done about it. Because this is not the first time. We have had the case of Dadiata. Till date, somehow he disappeared into thin air, having criticized government. Justice Crack came up on social media. If you follow him, he's probably one of the calmest persons you will ever know. Very selfless. I have known him for less than 3 months, but he's a person who gives his all into causes he believes in. He came up to talk about the welfare of the Nigerian military, to talk about, issues that surrounded the killing of a young corps member, by alleged killing by some military officers and all of that, asking for accountability for the family. Sir, If for any reason the military authorities or any person feels disgruntled with the way and manner, in a sane society, is there no way of ensuring that there is an engagement? There is a civil military, department that engages with the civilian. There is the DSS, there is the Nigerian police, that you can go about to ensure that there is a collaboration, because we continue to insist security is a collaboration between the agencies and the people. How can you do this kind of criminal style abduction? If nothing is raised and if nothing is done, we may never hear about him. An innocent citizen can just disappear in a society because he decided to speak up that the law enforcement or army in that country should be better mobilized even than terrorists. A country that is spending 3,000 naira to feed officers in a day, when government can pay ransom to the tune of 300 million to terrorists. And then we do repentant rehabilitation for them, meaning that the terrorists are more motivated than the military, and nobody should speak. The Nigerian army should release Justice Mark Chidebere back to his family and go after criminals and terrorists.
Precious, is that your stand as well?
Yes. And whoever abducted him should be prosecuted. We know that Justice Crack is with Adegoke. Brigadier General Adegoke, release Justice Crack. And I pray that the defense minister prosecutes him, because what he has done is criminal and pure wickedness. Let's even assume that you abducted him to get information from him. It's been 4 days.
Tuesday 28th.
Since Tuesday to today. And we heard that Justice has been tied under the sun for days now. Tied hands to the back.
You're making very strong statements.
Yes.
Here. Do you have evidence?
Justice Crack is with Adegoke. Brigadier General Adegoke is with Justice Crack. And so we are begging on Nigerians to beg Brigadier General, is it Brigadier General?
Brigadier General Adegoke
to release
from
Justice
the counter-intelligence command of whether it is the Defense Intelligence Agency under the National Intelligence Agency, the CIC, Brigadier General Adegoke, wherever you are, if you are listening, Justice Mark Chidebere is not a criminal.
Yes.
Justice Crack speaks for transparency and accountability. The young man should be released to his family. The Nigerian military should focus on its job of protecting this country.
And it's so funny that there's nothing he said that cannot be proved. There's nothing he said that was not truth. There's no reason for this abduction. But even if you wanted to inquire, let's assume, because I spoke to a top military personnel yesterday, and he said, the food that is given to the soldiers gets to them, their allowances get to them. So sometimes if you want to investigate, why not invite and ask questions? Why abduct?
And sir, very importantly, why this is very serious and concerning to us. This is also a way of silencing voices that speak up. If we allow this to go by and they get away with it, the question is, who could be next? We can sit in a studio and report what is true, and that can just end your life. That can force you to disappear out of the face of the earth. If this is a way of silencing critics and people who demand for good governance, the answer is a woeful, it will never work. Because the more Justice Crack you arrest, the more thousands of people will wake up and speak for the truth. This generation, we are determined to save our lives and fix this country. Release Justice Chidebere, because we are not stopping.
So guys, there are many reactions coming from Nigeria. Let me take you through more reactions. Now, this person said the military has been doing this same embezzlement of the defense budget from a very long time. T.Y. Danjuma stole so much that today he is a billionaire in dollars. Subsequently, every member of the echelon of the military have done worse. That's why soldiers can't be taken care of. This is what this person is saying. So this other person tagged Channels TV, AIT, all these news channel, and then he said that a major activist is kidnapped by Nigerian military and none of you deemed it fit to request for a media briefing by the authorities on his whereabouts. This is what this person is saying. The next person said, I hope he's not dead, because the Nigerian armed force is notorious for silencing unarmed innocent civilians. How can you rehabilitate terrorists that have killed thousands of persons and at the same time adopt someone who just tell you to feed your soldiers? Then this person said the military don't like scrutiny, because yes, the government have a hand in all the killings and kidnapping by either being negligent or directly involved by the military leader aren't exempted. Guys, this is what what Nigerians are saying. This is how Nigerians are reacting to this matter. Let me know your thoughts under the comment section. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also like and share this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.